Hello, greetings and welcome to Critic Reviews, where I review ponies for your perpetual enjoyment. On the show this week I'll be taking a look at an episode which is again not very liked by most of the Brony community. That episode is Putting Your Hoof Down. I was speaking to a friend a couple weeks back and we were discussing this episode. Basically what he told me about it and his opinion was that, and I'm not directly quoting here, Fluttershy is the element of kindness, so doesn't it seem kind of out of character for her to say all those mean things to Pinky and Rarity? Not to mention Angel being a complete jerk for no reason, as opposed to past episodes where he was actually trying to steer Fluttershy in the correct direction. That last thing was me, not him. So is the hatred towards this episode justified, or is there something more happening underneath? Well, that's what I'm going to find out today. The most interesting thing to me about this episode, besides Fluttershy's conflict, is the introduction of the character Iron Will. Not only is a polar opposite to Fluttershy in seemingly equestrian society, but as he is a Minotaur. Let's just check another one off our list here. MLP has a way of introducing characters from Greek mythology, Pegasi, Griffins, Manticores, Cockatrices, etc. And so far it's been very interesting to see just how accurate they can be. Speaking of which, a friend of mine is starting a small segment on his channel called Mythology is Magic. If my calculations are correct, the first video will be uploaded later on today, so you can look forward to that. I know I am, but back to Iron Will. His aggressive and assertive nature offers something of a role model for Fluttershy, and by the end we see it's become more of a student becomes the master kind of thing, where Fluttershy takes Iron Will's teaching, coupled with Rarity and Pinky's encouragement, and forms her own way of asserting herself, which I think we can all agree is some decent character development. Now, onto a gripe a lot of people have with the episode, Fluttershy's out of character scene in the episode where she has a massive anger-fueled outburst at her friends. Now, taking into account that out of character is a misused term as it implies you know the characters better than the writers do, Fluttershy was not at all out of character in this scene. I was inspired to share this with you by Dr. Will's Fluttershy therapy session, as I believe it to be a very fair and frankly quite accurate outlook in the situation at hand. Fluttershy is soft-spoken and rarely speaks her mind. This causes her to bottle up a lot of her emotions and potentially all of her anger. Now, you don't usually see the shy ones as angry, because they have a lot of experience in hiding it, so you don't really know that they're angry. But when their anger explodes, it really does. It really makes an impact and surprises everyone. And if you'll notice, all of the things that Fluttershy was saying to Pinky and Rarity were not inspired by Iron Will's teachings. These were personal gripes and annoyances she had with the two. But what annoys me most about this is that the framing of this scene seeks to vilify this behaviour as somehow inappropriate. Like it's supporting the idea that if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say it at all, which can end up hurting the person even more in the long run. It isn't a huge problem, but it still bothers me. Oh, and as for Angel, as many people see Angel as just being a complete dick to Fluttershy all the time, I kind of see him a little bit differently. This frame of mind was inspired by Corpulent Brony's video on the topic. Angel has never actually done anything that wasn't for the benefit of Fluttershy in the long run. In Dragonshy, he was just trying to keep her head straight. In A Bird in the Hoof, he was trying to make sure she reached her party on time. But this seems to be an anomaly, though I guess Angel could be seen as a child character. The selfishness and moody behaviour here would be merited, if it wasn't for the fact that Angel has shown maturity in other episodes, leaving this to be a standout moment for him, but for all the wrong reasons. Anyway, that's my review of Putting Your Hoof Down. I'm the Ponyville Critic, and thanks for watching.